guys, I'm Clara and this is my first YouTube video I've ever put out. This is just going to be a really quick tutorial on one of my favorite everyday eye looks using the chocolate bar palette and a couple of individual eyeshadows. So this is a really super common palette that I know a lot of people have, and I just know a lot of people get a palette and then they're like confused on what they should do with it. So I am gonna do one of my favorite eye looks with this chocolate bar palette for my first video. If you want to know how to get a really cool eye look using this palette, then keep watching. So I already have my like foundation and concealer done right now. I did that off camera because I just really want to focus on the eyes for this one. This is the chocolate bar palette. It's super beautiful. This is one of my all-time favorite palettes ever that's ever been created, other than the Modern Renaissance palette and the Tartelette in Bloom. Those are my three top favorite palettes of life. Anything you can get at Sephora, those are my three favorite palettes ever. I'm gonna zoom in and let's get started. So first I'm gonna use a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is the Morphe B13 brush and it's just super fluffy and really good for just a little wash of color. I'm gonna start off with this nice bone shade right here. This is called White Chocolate. It's a it's not really bone, it's kind of more cream. And I'm just gonna start off with that all over the lid, because it's always nice to start off with a really super light neutral color as a base, because it just makes everything blend super nicely, and everything you do on your face really needs to have a base. So after I've done that, I am going to start with my transition color, which is, if you don't know what a transition shade or a transition color is, it's a really neutral color that you wash like right above your crease and right under your crease and right in your crease, just so that all your foundation feathers out really nicely, and all the other colors you put on look nice and gradient. That's how you get a really blended gradient eye look. I am going to go in with this Morphe M441 brush. It's just a really cute fluffy transition color brush. Like, it's just a little blending fluff. And my this is the perfect transition shade color. I'm just gonna dip into that. It's called Salted Caramel. That's such a cute name. So you just dip your brush into that a little bit and tap it off. You don't want to be putting too much shadow on there, and just right where you see your crease, like right where your brow bone starts, start washing this color right into that area. To make your transition color really blended out, you should stick to really like light fluffy circular motions. You can go back in with that fluffy brush that you used with your base color and just kind of blend your transition shade out, just to make sure that there's no harsh lines or edges or any noticeable like blotchiness in that color. Just make sure that everything looks super blended, super seamless. So then when you're done doing that, just do the same thing on the other eye using that Salted Caramel shade right here. So next I am gonna go in with this little Morphe M433 brush. This is kind of like the last brush, but it's a little bit skinnier. The tip of it is a little bit skinnier, so it makes a little bit finer of a line. It doesn't give that nice wash. It gives a little bit more concentrated color. And I am just gonna dip into this milk chocolate, really light brown. Am I gonna dip into it? I'm just gonna dip into this nice little milk chocolate color right here, and then excess off. And I am just gonna concentrate this right into my crease. I'm not gonna bring it too far towards the front of my brow, just right in this corner right here. And repeat that on the other eye. Then you can go back in with that brush you used for your transition shade and just kind of buff that out so it doesn't look harsh. Next I'm going to go in with this Morphe M321, and it's just like a little bullet crease. I think it's described as a bullet crease. Are you seeing that powder come off there? Is my camera that good? So next step, I'm gonna dip my brush into this little semi-sweet color, and I am gonna concentrate this color right where my eye ends, like right, you know where you start your winged liner? You're gonna put this right there. So as you can see, that just, it looks very different than this eye, just with that little dab of color. Just makes a super huge difference. So just do the same thing on this eye. So without any additional product, just use that that same brush you used with that milk chocolate color to put in your crease. You're just gonna blend out that darker color. You do not want a ratchet outer V. I'm telling you, you don't want it. I've seen a ratchet outer V, and it's not a look. That is pretty much the groundwork, like all the really nice blended out matte shades for this eye look. This is the fun part. So next, I just really, for like intense shimmers and stuff like that, I just feel like my fingers work the best out of any eyeshadow brush I've ever used. I just feel like my pinkies do the best job with shimmers and sparkles and glitters and anything like that. My fingers pick up more product and deposit it more precisely and just better than any brush I could ever find. So I am gonna go in with this really beautiful marzipan shade with my pinky finger, and I'm just gonna rub it around a little bit. I used about this much, and I am just going to lightly start like right where there's no brown shades, right here on my eye. That's where I'm gonna put this marzipan color. So I just lightly dab it. So you should always start small and build up. Make sure you're not bringing it too far out here or into your crease, just right here under your crease. Now I will tell you what you are going to need a brush for is to blend out these edges of the shimmer you just used. I like to use the same brushes because I feel like sometimes I'm doing my makeup and I go through a million brushes and I'm like, how the heck did that happen? And I hate cleaning brushes. It's such a pain in my butt. So I like to reuse brushes as much as I can. So back to this Morphe M433. I am just going to clean up the edges of this shimmer I just put on my lid. So this is what it should look like so far. Super blended, super blown out, and just really pretty. I'm just gonna do I'm not a huge fan of like a really blingy inner corner highlight. Just feel like it washes my everything, all the depth that I just created in my eyes, it just goes away once I put that on. But I do like a tiny little hint of an inner corner highlight. This is just a little tiny detail shadow brush. This is from Crown Brushes. It came in my makeup kit when I went to makeup school. And this is a really good, it's just kind of shaped like, that's not focused, you can't even see what that looks like. But it's shaped like almost like a little baby tooth. And I'm just gonna dip that into this really light pearly shade right here. This is called Champagne Truffle. This is probably one of my favorite shades in the whole palette. And I'm just gonna tap off a little bit and really focus this, not too much on my inner corner, but right at the beginning of all of the shimmer on my lid. Notice how I'm not bringing it down like underneath my eye. That can accentuate your bags, and that's not what we're going for. Those bags are not Chanel. If they are, don't worry about it. That pretty much does it for the eye look, except for one last step. I like to go in with just a regular like paddle shadow brush. This is also from Crown Brushes. It's called a blending fluff. This is not a blending fluff. This is a joke of a blending fluff. This is what a blending fluff looks like. This is not a blending fluff. You see the difference? This is blendy. This is not blendy. This is for laying down product. I do not know why they call it a blending fluff, but it's not. It does not blend. It does not blend eyeshadow, my friend. I am gonna dip back into this white chocolate white shade. Can you even see this? this right here and just really put this right underneath my brow bone. This kind of cleans up your transition shade and highlights your brow bone at the same time. It's a win-win. That does not complete the eye look. I'm not done. Am I even recording right now? I thought I did that whole thing without the little red dot at the right top. Bless the Lord. Next, I almost forgot. I did not smoke out my lower lash line. This brush is from Veramona and I got it in an Ipsy bag a couple months ago, and it is my new favorite brush for smoking out the lower lash line with this really beautiful salted caramel. This is the our transition shade that we use on our eyes. We are just gonna dip into that just a little bit right here. Run this along the whole, like my whole lower lash line. So that I just automatically, I just feel like I just went from 13 to like 24 just right then, just with that one little motion. Just gonna do the same thing on my other eye. I'm not gonna do too much smoky underneath because I am gonna go in with a black liner in my waterline, and I just don't want to look like too much. Use that same brush and dip into Milk Chocolate, which is this light brown shade right here. Concentrate this right on the outer corner. Not going to bring this into the inner corner at all. Did you catch that? Outer corner, inner corner. That's better. Right on the outside, just to add a little bit more depth to my eyes. That's pretty much all the smoky I'm going to be doing. No more smoky. Smoky is bad for you. Yeah. This is a Makeup Forever eyeliner in the shade 01. I'm just gonna run this along my waterline. I'm actually not a huge fan of these, but this, I mean, I'm not trying to look around for my really good Marc Jacobs one, so this one will do, but your favorite black pencil liner will work. Dang it, this is hard. So I'm not getting the best color payoff with this liner. Once again, it's not my favorite, but it will do. So we're skipping the wing liner and we're gonna move straight on to mascara. And my favorite mascara ever is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is like the cutest mascara and one of the best mascaras I've ever used. For the top, this is my favorite mascara. I think one dip will cover both eyelashes, so we'll see if I have to dip it twice. Smoky Stretch Mascara is really good for the lower lash line. Because the wand is so skinny, but it just separates really nicely and kind of makes them look like little triangles. You know what I'm talking about? Like how like two lashes stick together and they look fake. That's what this does. So that does it for mascara. On to eyebrows. So this, I heard, was a really good dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I am very certain that this is a really awesome dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, and I am in the shade Blonde. I really just draw like where my brow hairs are kind of sparse. I have pretty full brows anyway, so I don't do a whole lot to my eyebrows. I like them to look really feathery and natural and fluffy. Do that same thing to the other brow. Okay, they don't look as bad when I brush them out, so thank God. Now we're just gonna use this little Pixi Brow Gel. It doesn't even have the thing on it. This is the one I used before I got Glossier Boy Brow. So I just kind of run this through my eyebrows, and it gives them that really nice feathery look. Okay, so brows are done. I am using all cream products on my face. I haven't powdered at all. So I am going to use Milk Makeup's Lip and Cheek. This is in the shade Rally. And this is like my favorite cream blush ever. It's the perfect, it's the perfect shade ever. And it goes on super glowy, and it stays glowy. So it goes on like really creamy. And then all you have to do is blend it in with your fingers like this. I'm not matte on my face whatsoever. Everything's really creamy and really dewy. I am gonna put a little bit of this Hot Mama blush by the Balm. It broke. I'm super sad about that. This is what it looks like. It's this really beautiful peach color. This is a Morphe M406 brush, and this is a Duo Fiber Foundation stippling brush, but I love it for blush because it just applies super seamlessly. Applies super seamlessly. So I just decided to use it as a blush brush for one day, and I'm like super obsessed with it. And that's pretty much like the perfect way to apply blush. I am going to use my Hoola bronzer to add some warmth to my face, and I think I'm going to use this same brush. Just kind of not contour, but just add a little bit of depth to the sides of my face right here and to my forehead. So I'm bronzing and kind of contouring at the same time. I just put a little bit on my nose, just warm up all around here. I am going to use that same Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek duo. So this is lip and cheek, so it's like a lip color and a blush in one. I'm just gonna use it as my lip color today. This is probably what I would do on I do this on a normal day too. So it's glossy, and once it dries down a little bit, the color does stay. Yeah, so this is my finished everyday makeup look. I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video and all that other stuff. But this is what I would do on a regular day, just like my everyday makeup. So I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.